Matt Fairley asks, how has your fitness regime changed from your time in the NHL to now in retirement?
It's stayed pretty much the same, I would think. Just less. I eat less. I need less fuel, so to say. You know, so I eat probably half of what I did in terms of calories from when I was active playing in the National Hockey League and since I retired. And but pretty much the same. I try to eat healthy. I try to eat a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, not a lot of processed food. In terms of what I eat, hasn't changed a whole lot, just less.
And what about working out?
Yeah, and that's why I eat a little bit less, because obviously I don't work out as much. Right. I used to work out 2 or 3 hours a day, and now it's 3-4 times a week, so it's less. But saying that too, for my own health and how I feel, it's so important for me to keep working out. I feel that as soon as I don't work out for 2-3 weeks, I do feel worse, and I feel that my health is affected of it.
Okay, Cody Copeman wants to know, what do you eat for breakfast to kickstart a healthy day?
Oatmeal, I would say 9 days out of 10 I eat oatmeal in the morning. And some orange juice. I try to have some fruit, some tomatoes, some cucumber on a sandwich or something, ham, and that's sort of whole wheat toast.
Did you eat breakfast this morning?
Yes, every morning. Okay. Most important. Yeah, and usually it's my bigged meal of the day, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the same when you were playing with the league?
Yes.
Okay.
I had my first year when I retired, actually, I didn't eat oatmeal for a few months because I had it for so long time, but I'm back on it.
Okay. Norian and Nav asks, did you have a favorite game to play outside as a kid other than hockey, of course?
Yeah, I played soccer a lot as a kid. I played a sport in Sweden. It's called bandy. It's actually like a field hockey, but it's on a sheet of ice on a soccer field. Very great for skating and exercising. It's a sport that is big in Scandinavia and in Russia and some countries in Europe.
So it's like hockey?
It's like, I would say it's like field hockey, if you've seen that on a big field, but it's on a sheet of ice on skates. So with a little crooked stick and a ball.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so the Ontario Medical Association here in Canada recently released recommendations to tackle childhood obesity, including labeling calorie counts on menus and education campaigns directed at children. And the Ontario Medical Association wants to know, to combat obesity, why do you think it's important to start with kids?
I think anything you learn as a kid, obviously, it's going to continue the rest of your life. I think for myself, getting the opportunity to do a lot of activities, all kinds of different sports, and learning to eat, to be able to be active as well, has helped me the rest of my life. So I think anything you learn as a kid, good habits that you get as a kid, you'll take with you the rest of your life. I think that's why it's important.
Lynn Wilson, Dr. Lynn Wilson has 2 questions for you. First is, what role should schools play in promoting the health of children?
I know huge, I think. I mean, parents obviously is the #1 responsibility for kids, but also when you come to school, and most schools, there's a chance to have lunch at school. There's a great opportunity to teach kids and for the school to prepare a great lunch that includes everything that you need for it to sustain a long day. So I think it's important.
She also wondered, what can we learn from Sweden in terms of health promotion for children? Is it different there, or what does Sweden do?
I think, I'm not sure if it's that different. Sweden is a smaller country. Sweden is only the size of Ontario, but usually they do serve great lunches in school for the kids. I think there's something they worked on over the years. So. And I'm sure parts of Canada has the same thing, but I think it's important, whether it's in Sweden or Canada, that you do get a great lunch at school. I think it's important.
Do they do a lot of physical activity when you're at school, do you remember?
There is gym classes, I know. I'm sure it's changed, but actually there's been a big debate in Sweden as well, that they try to limit the sport activities in school too, and there's a big debate on that, because everybody knows how important it is for the kids to keep active.
Swedes are generally slim, aren't they? Slimmer than here?
I think Canada and Sweden are fighting a little bit the same problems. I think obesity is growing. I think there is an easy access for bad food. There are cheaper food and fast food, obviously. So I think the awareness of that are being raised with a program like this is very important, both in Canada and in Sweden.
Right. Okay. To what degree do you think, Hilda Andrade wants to know, to what degree do you think technology plays for the child obesity epidemic, and is that different from when you were a kid?
There's no doubt that with the social media and everything that is going on with the kids today, and the internet and all the games going on there, that there's kids are moving around less and less. There's less street hockey being played in Canada and in Sweden. Less kids you see being out on bikes and moving around. So I think it's very important for schools, for parents, to make sure the kids are active and limit their time on a computer, on their phones or whatever, and make sure that they stay active. So I think that's a big, important role for schools and parents to keep their kids active.